that's the one everyone voted for on the Tumblr poll. I might do a Tumblr poll for which one we do next, or it might be for our Kaeya's, because that was the one in second place. It just depends. First, let's just get rid of some information. I don't know if I should have a specific party. Probably not. It's a hangout. We don't need combat. But I will have Kaeya on the team. Or Kaeya on the team, not Kaeya.
Oh,
we are doing
I'm looking forward to this.
Hangout today, so we will have Kaeya on the team. There we go. Okay, all posts are good. Yep, we're live. Awesome. Let's just go to quest. Story quests. Abandoned the other hangout.
The world remains constant over the centuries.
We never did.
But human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water.
We also have his new, his temporary outfit that was released. So, gonna go to Sumeru. I also am remembering I don't know any of the endings for his stuff. I never actually looked into what his hangouts were, so I don't know which ending is the good ending or how to get that ending, but chat is free to help me on making the story decisions. Unless you guys make Kaeya super sad, then I will remove that privilege. But this should be fine. Hello, Kaeya. I am Kaeya.
Hey, little birdie, don't feel down. Come and perch on my shoulder. Don't be shy. I'll show you around town.
He wants a pet bird. That's not what a dusk bird sounds.
Really? No wonder they never pay attention to me. Forget it. I probably shouldn't be anthropomorphizing them anyway. Haven't seen you in some time. To which one of the Animo Archons wins do I owe the honor?
Your natural charisma.
Oh, is this your way of saying that you missed me? Since it wasn't meant to be with this little birdie, I'd better leave it alone. Let's take a walk, shall we?
Then we started hanging out with Kaeya as
If
Kaeya.
you're wondering why I'm here, Jean's been worrying about trade safety recently. I discovered this when I unwittingly burst into her office to save the day. Another job involving long-distance travel falls to me. I suppose it's my own fault for having such a strong sense of duty.
I feel like that's not what happened, but okay.
Still, on the bright side, business is now taken care of. And I have unused travel funds, so I was planning to...
Are you gonna take us out to dinner?
Gundafar, we are in the middle of a war. Your place is at the front lines by my son's side. Pray tell, what provokes your unwarranted return to the palace?
Wait, what?
A matter of utmost importance, Your Majesty, such that I must personally report it to you.
Oh, is it a play?
Huh. Outdoor theater.
Okay.
Looks fun.
Do we want to stop and see the show? Or do we want to go on a dinner date? I don't know. I don't know. Does chat have a suggestion? Because I might just randomly pick. Because I think we have to do both of them anyway. to get the other branch. I think we'll just hold the first
yes.
one.
Here's what I was thinking about the unused funds.
Let's go have dinner.
Given that the acting Grand Masters saw fit to allocate these funds to my trip in the first place, I think it's my responsibility to make sure that every last mora is put to good use.
Of course. We have to spend it all.
In other words, what do you say we find a way to spend the remaining budget? Perhaps a fancy meal at a nice restaurant?
There it is, taking us to
Or
dinner.
a river cruise that takes in the sights of Sumeru City? Or we could buy a few nice mementos to take home.
Isn't this embezzlement? Isn't this tax fraud?
Hey, no need to put it like that. Let's keep walking. We can consider it some more on the road.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong?
The
I
rules of
said
the
something
Knights of Favonius state that any and all expenditures during a business trip are counted as travel expenses. That's more than enough justification to live a little. Of course, with me being here on my own, it was looking like a wasted opportunity. But now that I've run into you, why don't we make this a joint trip?
It's very funny to be going on a dinner date with yourself. But why not?
You're always so busy. It's high time you gave yourself a proper break. Even the sharpest blade loses its edge if it's always in use. Regular maintenance is and anyway,
Oh, whoops, I
life is
skipped.
short, so we should make the most of the time we
I thought you were
have.
done.
Right now is the perfect time to relax and enjoy ourselves. And who knows how many other chances we'll get. So come on, what do you say?
I mean, I was already planning to go to dinner with you. But since you're also trying to convince me for some reason. Wait, are we not gonna spend the money? Are we taking him somewhere new? Or are we spending? Well, no, we can't spend the public money. Are we trying to avoid spending the money either way? Hold on. I thought we were supposed to go on a dinner date. Let's go somewhere new.
Great. Music to my ears. I'll cover the travel costs, of course. There's nothing more enjoyable than the company of a good friend. Let's call this a nice little excursion to round off my long business trip. Now, let me think where we should go. I've seen a lot of Sumeru already, so let's go for someplace new. How about Liyue? I'd be heading past there on my way back to Monstadt anyway, so it's not out of the way.
But we were just in. We're in Sumeru. Okay. I guess we can go to Liyue. You know how long of a boat trip that is? We have to ride back with you on the boat? But sure, we'll show you around
Well,
Liyue.
lucky me. I'll hold you to that.
We were supposed to go on a dinner date.
Liyue's Ministry of Civil Affairs frequently corresponds with the Knights of Favonius, so the address on their letterhead is one of the few places I'm familiar with.
I mean, that is a place in Liyue.
I don't have much luggage, so it won't take me long to pack. Give me a moment, and then we'll head there together.
I guess we're going to Liyue. Hold on. I need to put Traveler on the team. Cosmo can go.
There's still a long road ahead.
If we're on a date with Kaeya, we need to be Traveler going on a date with Kaeya. Or a road trip. Apparently we're doing a road trip cross-country to Liyue and back to Mondstadt. I don't know how we signed up for this. I was just here for a dinner date. But we made it to Liyue. We skipped that whole road trip of a few days. Here we are.
I've heard that there's lots to see and do in Liyue, but I'm sure you're more familiar with the place than I am, so I'll leave the itinerary to you.
Let's go get discounts.
Excellent. Well, hopefully I'll get to know some of these friends for myself. It's such a satisfying feeling to just drop everything, go on a long trip, and see something new. Who knows who we might cross paths with? We might even end up going on an impromptu adventure. Just like how I met you in Port Ormos, and now we're here. Come on, let's see what's up ahead.
I should also probably get rid of the floating jellyfish. That's probably a little distracting. Hold on, how do I have the jellyfish equipped? Here. Remove. There he goes, he's gone now. I'll totally remember to put
Do
the
you know this
jellyfish
shop?
back.
It looks pretty nice from the outside. Shall we take a look?
Aren't they super expensive?
Welcome to Mingxing Jewelry. We are a long-established trader of precious stones. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Let me see. Ah, some nice jewelry you've got here. Maybe I can grab something with a local flavor as a souvenir. What do you think, traveler? See anything that suits my style? I trust your judgment.
They're expensive, are you sure?
Ah, you're interested in souvenirs. If you're struggling to decide, you might want to consider getting some jade. You can't go wrong with a nice jade pendant. They're an elegant addition to your look, whatever your age or gender. If you're looking for a specific design, we can make it to your specifications. It does take some time to fulfill an order, however. High-quality jade is hard to come by, so our waiting list is at least a couple of weeks.
Whew.
Oh, that's a pity. I'm just visiting and I won't be in town for very long. So as much as it pains me to do so, I'm afraid I'll have to leave this beautiful bijou behind.
No worries at all, sir. If you're looking for something off the shelf, why not go and see Mr. Shurto at the Jade Mystery? He also deals in jade and precious stones.
The jade betting guy? You're recommending us to go to him?
Exactly. But on that note, let me give you a word of advice.
Don't get scammed.
There's no risk in purchasing a piece of jade that's already been cut. But you could lose all of your mora betting on uncut rocks.
This is true.
I won't say any more, as I don't want my fellow vendors to think I'm bad-mouthing them. But I think you catch my drift.
Don't get scammed.
It's only human nature to spend a little when you're on a trip. But don't be too hasty to part with your cash. The Ministry of Civil Affairs takes everyone's economic well-being very seriously, and they often send out the Millilith to spread public awareness of well-known scams. As guests here, I'd encourage you to watch out for anyone trying to rip you off.
Okay, so the Millilith tries to spread awareness, but has yet to make that guy leave. He's been selling these not jade stones for ages. But as long as at least one of them is jade, he's not technically scamming
I think
us.
that's sound advice wherever you go into that. We appreciate it, boss.
Okay, does that mean I have to do the camera trick? Alright, I'll do the camera trick. I won't let Kaeya get scammed. Hey dude, what's up?
Welcome! Looking for uncut stones or pre-cut jade? We've got plenty of both for your viewing pleasure.
Uncut stones. Ah, yes, we were just briefed on that. Let's take a look at the pre-cut jade.
We should be
I believe
careful.
I detect a quiet but distinct tone of apprehension in your words. Please rest assured, there's nothing to be quite so wary about with my business.
My guy, your name is Shito. I don't trust a person named Shito.
Feel free to peruse at your leisure. I think you'll find that everything I do here is entirely above board and legitimate, and I sell only pure and unadulterated goods. No scam guaranteed.
Uh-huh.
Sure, you can bet on jade and lose if you're unlucky, but that doesn't make it a scam.
Technically.
My terms are clear and transparent, and I only do business with willing customers. What scammer can claim that?
Sounds perfectly reasonable. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much the vendor is charging. If the customer decides to hand over their money, they're taking the bait of their own free will.
Kaeya, no, we shouldn't be encouraging scams.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad you understand. Although your peculiar phrasing at the end there, you almost make it sound as if I really am scamming people.
Because you are.
Anyway, betting on Jade is what it is. Feel free to try your luck, but if you can't afford to lose, then it's not for you. We don't need to cause each other any trouble. I'll leave you to browse at your own pace now while I deal with other potential customers.
Amber-colored jade would probably make for a good souvenir.
Are you actually thinking of
Why
buying it?
not? This is a quirky little place. Somehow, I'm inclined to entertain him for a bit.
I have better quality pieces. Like, we have so many pieces of of core lapis.
Well, if you're not interested, then I guess we'll pass.
Oh, am I upsetting you? I'm sorry. I just don't want you getting scammed. And I have
Ahoy
rocks.
there, Captain! Fancy seeing you back in town. Struck any gold lately?
What, a poor sailor like me? You must be joking. I barely managed to make ends meet. What about you, Chateau? Still scamming people with your pile of rocks?
Hey! Keep your voice down. Can't you see I've got customers? But more to the point, when have you ever seen a customer get scammed in my store?
Often, very often. But also, I'm so glad his name is actually pronounced Chateau. Like, I'm not reading it wrong.
I mean, you want the
That
full
is how they
list,
say it.
Or... Hold up. Is that
You want the full list?
Captain Kaeya? What, brings you to Liyue?
Oh, just taking a short trip with my friend. It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a good while, hasn't it?
Are you a pirate? I'm gonna go with yes.
Anywhere you'd recommend I visit while I'm here?
Let me think. Wanmin Restaurant's always a pretty good bet. Chef Mao's daughter is a skilled chef, and their prices are very reasonable. My wife can't get enough of their boiled fish. You could give that a try. And, speaking of my wife, she won't let me forget what a great help you've been to us before. So thank you on her
Oh, okay,
behalf.
so you're not a pirate. Great.
Your wife? Ah, yes. How is she doing these days? Keeping well?
Very well, thank you. Very well. Anyway, I've got something I need to do down at the South Wharf, so my apologies, Captain Kaeya, but I'd better get going.
All right. See you.
How do you know this man?
Ah, I finally remembered who that was. Captain Wu. He runs a transport business between Monstadt and Liyue.
Yeah, I sort of figured.
I see. So you went through that whole conversation with no idea who you were talking to. Well, that explains the generic pleasantries and the general awkwardness.
Look, Kaeya meets a lot of people, okay?
Old Wu's usually quite the chatterbox, so it's very unusual for him to just take off mid-conversation. How exactly do you two know each other anyway?
Maybe he owes Kaeya money.
Nope, that's not it. I don't give out loans. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. The captain was making a delivery to Mondstadt when his ship sprang a leak. He overexerted himself fixing it and keeping the cargo dry, and ended up passing out from exhaustion. I took him to Mondstadt to recover.
Oh, that's it?
Well, it still seems strange to me. Sure, he's hardly the most charming conversationalist, and he's also mighty stubborn, but all of us know old Wu is an honest and kind-hearted man. His eldest was once playing on that big rock over there when he took a tumble and injured himself. I helped to patch the kid up, and the next day, old Wu was here to buy a couple of uncut stones.
Even though it was a scam.
I'm just surprised he was so quick to excuse himself, that's all. Normally, he's the kind of guy who, if you run into him on the street and he owes you a favor, he'll grab you by the hand and thank you profusely until you ask him to stop.
Well, stubborn, I can believe. Someone had drilled a gaping hole in his ship, and the water was coming in fast. How he managed to make it all the way to Mondstadt, not to mention with his cargo intact, I have no idea.
Wait, why would someone drill a hole?
Someone drilled a hole in his ship? Oh dear. It must have been one of the less savory captains out there trying to sabotage his business so they can squeeze their way into the market. When competition is stiff, sometimes things get ugly. It's the way of the world, unfortunately.
That's so weird. I'm so confused.
His line of work isn't easy. The poor fellow usually has to set sail before the break of dawn. He's been loitering around a lot these past few weeks, though. I thought maybe he'd come into some Mora. Competition is fierce these days, and there's not a lot of Mora to be made in shipping. So every day he stays idle is another negative in the books. I do wonder what's gotten into him.
He's smuggling things.
Anyway, I digress. We merchants protect our goods like our own lives, so who knows? Maybe he had some important cargo to see to. Either way, good sir, don't mind him.
Kaeya's a nice person.
I am an upstanding member of the Knights of Favonius, after all. Just look me in the eyes. Don't you find me trustworthy?
Sure, as far as I can throw you, buddy. I'm sorry.
Since you asked about recommendations earlier, you're here from Monstadt, yes? Might I suggest the tea house is somewhere to rest your legs?
Okay, but people from Mondstadt don't really drink tea.
If memory serves, they're just about to retell the tale of Bravebeard the Valiant from the top.
The story.
Why not pay them a visit?
That makes a little sense.
Sounds interesting enough. Let's check it out.
Is it all the way up the stairs? So many stairs. Oh, Captain Wu is here too. Okay.
So this is the Liyue Tea House.
Let's find some seats.
We meet again, Captain Kaeya. What a coincidence. Twice in one day.
Didn't you say you had something to do with the wharf?
Oh, that didn't take me long. And I ran the whole way.
Wow.
Wu, weren't you just at Wanwen Bookhouse buying a book for your daughter? What's this talk about the wharf?
Shh, just leave it be, Aunt Jong. There's no need to embarrass him right in front of everyone else. I take it that you two aren't from around these parts. I'm a caravan guard by trade, and meeting people from all over the world is one of the main perks of the job for me. Why don't you join my table so we can get to know each other?
Oh, seems like the tea house is the place to be in Liyue. Feels like I'm back in the angel share.
But I don't think they serve alcohol.
Did you manage to get something for your daughter just now, Captain Wu?
Yes, thank you. If it weren't for you, Captain Kaeya, she might not have even made it into this world.
What?
I'm so lost, Wu. What's the story here?
Your wife's originally from Monstadt, isn't she? Did you run into Captain Kaeya when you were there on business, or when you were visiting the in-laws?
The latter.
Wait, Kaeya, you met this person more than once?
This is so humiliating. Anyway, back when my wife was pregnant, we were taking a trip to Mondstadt to visit her parents this one time, when we were mugged by a group of treasure hoarders near Dawn Winery.
Oh, no.
Oh, that sounds awful. Were either of you hurt?
I mean, he's still here, and he's still got all his limbs, so they can't have roughed him up too bad. I'm guessing Captain Kaeya stepped in before they could do either of you any serious harm, huh?
Yes, he did. Thankfully, he heard my wife crying for help and drove them away. My wife was injured and quite shaken up by the ordeal, so he took her to the winery and asked them to look after her.
So what happened to you? Where did you disappear
Where did
to?
you go?
I was in the water.
What?
Huh? What did you jump in the water for? You know they can still get you in there, right?
No, that's not... They threw me into the water and, stripped me of all my clothes.
What? What is this story?
They did what? Did they have a weird fetish or something? Stripping a sailor naked and throwing him into the water. It's not like you were going to drown. So, then what? I take it you swam to shore?
Since when is the word fetish allowed to be in a 7-and-up game? Like, what? We're just allowed to call things fetishes now? Okay. I didn't know that was allowed.
The treasure
That's
hoarders
fine.
always move in groups, and fighting back when you're outnumbered isn't usually an option. It's no surprise that they quickly overpowered Captain Wu. I'm just glad that everyone made it out all right at the end.
Okay, but how do you not remember this story, Kaeya? That sounds like a pretty memorable story.
Captain Kaeya, please, there's no need for you to try to save face for me like this. I already owe you so much. You don't have to do anything more. Yet, despite that, I somehow only ended up humiliating myself further. Oh, there's no point in me trying to save face now. They tossed me into the water to humiliate me, and to use it as leverage to get my wife to pay up. But they didn't know that I could swim.
But, you know, I'm a sailor. Sometimes we know how to swim.
What I'd intended was to pretend to drown, then sneak back onto shore while they weren't looking, and find a way to rescue my wife. That was before Captain Kaeya appeared out of nowhere and saved the day. So then I figured I'd get out of the water, get dressed, and catch up with you. But God knows what they did with my clothes. I couldn't find them anywhere. By the time I gave up looking for them, you were most of the way to the winery, so I had to run after you with nary a thing on myself.
This whole story is so weird.
Outrageous.
So, what happened next?
We don't even know where the normal storyteller is. This is more interesting than anything he could tell us.
I made it to the winery, but the maids noticed me first, and they called the Lord of the Manor out to give me the beating the treasure hoarders never got around to.
Oh no! D-Luke!
After my wife recovered consciousness, she had to have a long talk with the young lord to explain everything. He then escorted us both safely to Stonegate.
Oh, whoa. I'm sorry. But...
Ugh, good luck living that one down.
Trust me, I know. My wife never lets me forget.
You think?
I'm sorry, Captain. I wasn't intending to share that story.
It's fine. It's my own fault for thinking I could sweep it under the carpet and forget about it. I don't know if I can ever repay you for all you've done. That's why I get so embarrassed every time I run into you.
Okay, so he's not actually, like, smuggling. I hope.
Still, it won't stop me from trying. You and your friend are here to catch the storyteller, right? The tea's on me. It's the least I can do.
Well,
In
free
fact,
tea.
they do serve some food here, too, but it's not the best. Okay, let me run and get some fruit to share. I'll be right back.
Wow. Dissing on the food. Chat with everyone.
Oh, poor Wu. Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry. It's just...
Okay, I find it funny that she can't stop laughing about the story.
I wonder how much Fanaria caught of that. Old Wu really has no filter, does he?
Hey, Kaeya.
He really didn't have to share all the details of that story. But since he didn't seem to mind, I wasn't about to stop him.
Did you forget?
I did actually forget at first. But once he brought up his daughter, the memory of his naked escapades came flooding back.
Okay, so you did not forget. Cool.
D-Luke thought some pervert was harassing the maids. He charged straight out the door, great sword in hand and raring to go. I haven't seen him so angry in a long time.
Aww. He was gonna protect their honor.
So many people owe me favors nowadays. It's hard to keep track of them all. I really should go check my favors ledger once I'm back and refresh my memory.
You have a favors ledger?
Hey, you didn't think I was being serious, did you? Do I really strike you as the kind of person to keep track of favors in a notebook?
I don't know. Do you?
I just helped the guy out on a couple of occasions because I happened to be in the right place at the right time. I have no intention of asking him to do anything for me in return. At least, not so far.
So you just make a lot of friends in case they help you out someday. Gotcha.
I'm back with fruit. Please help yourselves, everyone. My treat.
Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. It's just a few fruits, nothing extravagant. Once my new pharmaceutical business takes off and I have more to spare, I'll get you a proper thank you gift and send it to the Knights of Favonius.
Medicine? Pharmacy?
Pharmaceutical business. So you found a new career? No more shipping?
That explains the not leaving on the boat.
Shipping's impossible work nowadays. There's too much competition, and the margins are too small. So I've decided to switch gears. I'm going to become a partner of Boo Boo Pharmacy and provide funding for a brand new medication they're producing.
I hope that goes well.
It's specially formulated to treat seasonal joint and limb pain.
Oh, cool.
If you didn't know, it's a very common health complaint among sailors, but also extremely difficult to treat. I've suffered from it myself, which is why I know that a lot of people stand to benefit from this once it enters the market. It's a good cause, and a stable source of income. Whichever way you look at it, it's a step up from the back-breaking work I did before. I've already had some talks and invested 1 million mora for the first round of funding.
Oh, I hope this doesn't go badly. I really hope this doesn't go badly for you, dude.
That's impressive, Wu. I wouldn't have thought you had the connections for something like that. So is it Dr. Baiju that you're in talks with?
Oh no, not Dr. Baiju. Actually, it was his master, Dr. Baifudze. His medical expertise and clinical experience are second to none. And he really cares about his patients.
It's a scam. Also, the ad break just started. Oh, poor guy. There is no master of Dr. Baiju. That's the whole point of the snake. Is the snake came from his master when his master died.
He gave me a few of his traditionally formulated bone-strengthening pills when he saw me suffering from my leg pains one day. It was like a miracle cure. The pain immediately went away.
Oh, no. What is it called? Placebo. It's a placebo pill. It's the placebo effect.
Dr. Baiju's master.
Yeah, I told him I'd be enthusiastically recommending his medicine to the other guys at the docks. And after some hesitation, he just went right ahead and wrote up a prescription for me, completely for free. He said that he shouldn't really be handing out free prescriptions since, and I quote, "It goes against generations of tradition handed down by our forebears." But he just felt like it was the right thing to do. What a great guy.
But I got chatting with Dr. Baiju recently when the Secure Transport Agency did a delivery for Boo Boo Pharmacy. He told me that his master has already passed away.
Yeah, that his master is dead because he has the snake.
Huh? Why would he say something like that? I mean, the guy's old, but he's still in great health.
No, he's dead. He's very much dead.
Captain Wu, where did you meet this old master?
It's like, Captain Wu, did you fall for a scam? The answer is yes.
Just out on the street? I know that sounds dubious, but this is an educated and respectable gentleman we're talking about. There's no faking that.
There is. There is.
Hold on a second. I just remembered something. My nephew-in-law met a medicine seller not too long ago, too. He also described it as a miracle cure. He spent a lot of mora on it, but when he brought it to Boo Boo Pharmacy, Herbalist Gui took one look and told him he'd bought nothing but regular painkillers.
Whoopsie. Whoopsie.
This Baifudze you met, did he by any chance have a goatee and salt and pepper hair?
It was a scam.
He did.
It was a scam.
If I may, Captain Wu, there's a lot of mora involved here. It seems like it would be worth asking this Dr. Baiju about his master, just to set the record straight. You could show him the medicine as well. Clearly there's some misunderstanding here.
You're right, Captain Kaeya. A quick trip to Boo Boo Pharmacy and I can get Dr. Baiju to clear all of this up. I'm sure it's all... hopefully it's all fine.
It's not.
He left in a hurry. He must be stressed out of his mind right now.
Maybe I should go help.
Hey, let him deal with this, okay? No point in you stressing yourself out, too. Fraud or not, it's up to Captain Wu to figure out exactly who he's gotten himself involved with. I'm no Dark Knight hero, or martial arts hero for that matter, and neither are you.
Hey now, I help all the time.
Wait, where are you? Now that I think about it, I can see you having a secret double life as a martial arts hero here in Liyue. You certainly have the personality for it.
That's Singcho. Singcho has the secret martial arts hero going off and doing knight things because he really wants to be a knight. Don't tell Kaeya.
Either way, Liyue has its own rules and regulations. Best to let the Ministry of Civil Affairs deal with this in the proper manner. If a couple of outlanders like us get involved, we might just end up muddying the waters, even with the best of intentions. We came here to enjoy ourselves, remember? We don't want to get our priorities mixed up. Oh, and look at that. The storyteller's taking the
It's taken him
stage.
forever to get here.
It is said that the sky's the limit for the aspirational soul. But alas, for the woes of the world are equally limitless. No such stranger to woes was Huang Guang, a man who, having suffered countless injustices at the hands of his fellow men, forsook them to dwell among the mountains and rivers. Yet fate fortuitous found him when he entered the tutelage of an adeptus and learned many mystical arts from them. Per his master's wishes, he then returned once more to the human world, only this time with a sworn duty to cleanse the land of demons and to see justice done wherever he might tread.
Is this some weird version of, it's probably just a hero's journey story. Oh yeah,
Is
'cause
that all?
Brightbeard was...
Oh, I was hoping to hear the rest of the story.
What did you think of
It
the
was
story?
all right. I suppose the hero always has to sacrifice himself to save others, and it does make for some good storytelling, but it leaves you wondering how he really feels about the whole thing. Did he ever have second thoughts? Only he can know, I suppose.
Oh, I see the show is over.
So was it a scam? We know the answer, but was it a scam?
I saw Dr. Baiju. Looks like it was a scam after all.
No way.
Then what are you waiting for? Don't just stand there. You need to report this to the Ministry of Civil Affairs right away.
Hold on. Let's not lose our cool. Get your story straight first, so you can give them a clear and detailed account of events in the order that they occurred. And one more thing. Do you still have a way to contact this guy?
Well, I'd arranged to meet him at the Yunshang Tea House once I've withdrawn the next sum of Mora, so I suppose he'll still be waiting on that.
Which means he can be arrested. Yay!
Okay, so you've got another meeting lined up.
I've got no one to blame but myself for this. I can't believe I was so gullible. I guess the world isn't made for naive simpletons like me.
Aw, it's not your fault. Your good nature is nothing to be
Young
ashamed
man,
of.
you're a good person, and I'm touched by your words of comfort. Still, it's up to me to find a way to get my Mora back. The consequences are mine alone to bear. At my age, I'm sure I should be comforting the young with words of wisdom rather than the other way around. What does that say about how I've spent my life?
What's up, Kaeya?
It's obvious, isn't it? He needs to report the case to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
There must be more we can do.
Come with me.
We're in a foreign nation. We cannot do things. We're gonna do things anyway.
I am quite curious. How does our chivalrous martial arts hero intend to come to Captain Wu's rescue here?
Okay, I'm not actually a martial arts hero.
There are countless victims of injustice in the world. We can't try to help each and every one of them, can we?
But you're a good person, Kaeya.
Oh, I'm surprised. I didn't know you thought of me as someone who helps other people unconditionally.
But you just helped this guy 2 other times unconditionally. What could you have gained from those times?
I'm genuinely flattered. But we both know that I'm not that kind of person, really.
What the heck, Kyle? So why are you being a jerk right now? You helped him just because you were there. You didn't even remember it. And that's why I believe you'd be willing to help.
Your logic is very straightforward and quite endearing in its simplicity.
Okay, rude.
But I like how you think. So I'll indulge your martial arts hero aspirations for now.
Fine, we'll go play superhero. If that's the way to get you to help, we'll pretend to be superheroes. Okay guys, new plan.
Captain Wu, how would you feel about owing me one more favor?
I'm sorry, Captain Kaeya?
Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I found a way to recover your Mora that would leave the man who defrauded you feeling angry and frustrated, but give him no way to get back at you.
'Cause we're gonna scam him back.
If it could be done, and the only cost was owing me yet another favor, what would you say?
What exactly are you getting at?
The traveler here is adamant that you should ask me for another favor. Personally, I blame the storyteller. After hearing the inspiring tale of Bravebeard, he's all gung-ho about playing hero and righting this injustice once and for all.
Okay, I like to be a hero before the storytelling thing, but sure.
Captain Kaeya, young man, I thank you. I will humbly accept your kindness.
All right. Now here's what I'm thinking.
We develop a plan.
All right, then it's settled. Per our brave hero's plan, let's rendezvous at Yanshang Tea House tomorrow.
Also, I'm realizing somehow I picked the longest story quest option of the different hangouts. Because this is going for a minute. And we haven't had any well, I assume we've had branches. Which is how we got all the way to Liyue, but... Okay. Let's try and catch this.
Ah, you're here. Good. I'll head upstairs first, and you join me in a bit. You've got nothing to worry about. As long as this lucky coin's in my hands, it'll do as it's told. Before I toss the coin, I'll get our guy to bet heads or tails. Then it's your turn to bet. Now remember, if I touch my chin, you bet heads. If I touch my forehead, you go for tails.
Okay, chin is head. Forehead is... Okay, why is forehead not heads? Why is forehead not heads? Kaeya, you're gonna make my life harder than it needs to be. I'll just remember that it's in reverse and that'll work. I'll totally remember. Everyone is in position. Everyone can pull it off. If anyone can do it, it's Kaeya.
Hello. Are you waiting for someone?
Oh, sorry.
As long as you follow the rules of the tea house, you're welcome here. Please be our guest.
Thanks. Are we supposed to go up yet? Go up the stairs. Okay. Captain Wu. There's Kaeya. There's the guy. Pay attention.
From the way you describe it, Liyue does sound like an attractive place to settle. Perhaps I might have to make the move here after all. All that awaits me back in Monstadt is a horde of insufferable sycophants. Truly tedious. The reason I left home in the first place was because I was reluctant to simply live off of my inheritance.
You know, because I'm super rich. To be fair, half of the inheritance is his. He just hasn't gone and yelled at D-Luke about it.
I understand. For one as ambitious as yourself, Mr. Rich, living off of the family fortune must feel like the dullest existence in the world.
But What's up?
What are you doing? It's common courtesy to introduce yourself. Can't you see we got here first?
Don't be so uptight. I'm just looking for a seat.
They're running out of tables, huh? Looks like this location's getting too small for them. Very well, I'll make an exception for you this one time. Let's hope the tea, at least, won't disappoint me.
So, my friend, what's your name?
I'm an aspiring foreign disciple of the Guha clan.
Here is the tea that you ordered. Please enjoy.
I hope that was the right answer.
This tea is... never mind.
Wait, is the tea bad?
Mr. Bai, this has been a most pleasant and insightful conversation. I consider it good fortune that I encountered such a refined gentleman as yourself so far from home. Please allow me to pay for the tea.
Yes, good fortune indeed. In that case, I must thank you for your generosity.
You there. I'll get yours too.
Thanks. Where are you originally
Oh,
from?
you can't tell? My family's lived in Monstadt for generations. I got bored sitting around at home and decided to set off on a journey to expand my horizons.
Kaeya, you're pushing for something racist to be said here. About how you're not exactly white enough to be from a family that lived for generations in Mondstadt. Even though you're right, D-Luke's family has lived there for generations and they legally adopted you, but outsiders don't know that. But they sure are falling for it.
The sights of Liyue Harbor are rather spectacular. I've half a mind to buy a waterfront property here so I can come vacationing every year. That would be quite nice. If the family would spare me a little loose change, I could even invest in an antique shop or two so I have something to do during the day.
But waterfront properties are so expensive.
And? The point of life is to enjoy yourself. If something makes me happy, it's worth every mora.
I love to spend money. I spent all the money.
Mr. Rich, just to clarify, that's quite a large sum of mora as far as the common man is concerned. It's understandable that our friend over here feels out of his league.
The name's Albert. Surname Rich. But only the servants in the house address me as Mr. Rich. Now that we're so well acquainted, Mr. Bai,
Mr. Rich.
please just call me Albert.
Also, he's just using his family name as his code name. That's so stupid. Since when is Albert your code name? Oh, that's so dumb.
Albert does have a nice ring to it. It is my honor to become friends with someone of your caliber.
You flatter me. What say you to acting as my guide during my time in Liyue? I'll pay you handsomely, of course. Naturally, board and lodging would be included. And I could pay you in the region of 50,000 mora per day?
No need, my good friend. I shan't be so vulgar as to take your mora. We're both men of character. The pleasure of your ongoing acquaintance shall be ample reward in itself.
'Cause he thinks he can take so much money from you in the future.
To join a noble gentleman on his travels is a rare opportunity. Please, let me draft up an exact itinerary. I'll make sure to give you the experience of a lifetime.
You there. You're welcome to join us if you want. Which clan did you say you were with? The Hoo-Ha clan or something?
The Guha. It's fine.
Guha, huh?
There it is.
Strange choice of name. Gotta say, I've been in Liyue for a while now. This is the first I'm hearing of them. I guess they're one of these obscure ones who keep to themselves.
A little bit.
Yes, well, there are many martial arts clans and factions in Liyue. It's only natural that you haven't become acquainted with all of them.
Ha, fair enough. Still, weird name. Bet they have some even weirder practices.
Rude. And no. Not really.
Seriously, though, what kind of skills do you guys train anyway? It's all for show, right? I saw some people performing a few tricks down at the wharf. Is it that kind of thing?
No, it's martial arts. If you're comparing us to street performers, we have nothing to talk about. Walks away insulted. I will take my leave. I'll take my own check as well.
I already told the server to put it on my tab. Don't bother getting her to split the bill. It'll only complicate things.
Oh, our master
Young
teaches
man,
us
there's
not
no
to
need to
accept
take
favors.
things so seriously. Why don't you loosen up and enjoy the free drink?
Are you trying to make a point by throwing my generosity back in my face? All right then. What if I say your bill is mine and don't let you pay?
Are we gonna fight? Wait, are we fighting Kaeya?
Please, my friends, let's not get so worked up. Yinchang Tea House is no venue for a duel. We'll all get escorted right out the door.
This is true.
You young people have hot tempers, I understand that. But there's no need to come to blows over a few words taken to heart when there are far more diplomatic ways to resolve the dispute.
Fine, let's do it with a coin toss. I'll foot my own bill if I win.
Did I hear that right? So you'll only pay for yourself if you win, but I'll get the check for the three of us if you lose. It's not that I care about the Mora. After all, I offered to pay for everyone's drinks in the first place. No, what I find truly absurd is your refusal to play fair. I demand that you also pay for three if you win.
You insult me first, and now you want to dictate terms, young man. You want to go. You have to make a formal apology.
Fine. You can have your apology if you win, but on one condition. We'll do the best of three, and the winner pays for the table.
Well,
Fine.
as long as
I
you're
totally
no longer
remember
raring
it.
to
The
fight,
tells.
peace begets wealth, as the elders used to say.
Why don't you join us, Mr. Bai? Let's entertain this guy for a sec. We don't want him to think you're stingy.
But I wasn't even a part of your argument.
So why would I be in this bet?
What are you trying to say, Mr. Bai? Whose side are you on here?
Of course, I'm on,
No one's side?
And anyway, it's no big deal if you win. It's just a few cups of tea after all, so you can just take it from your fees as my guide.
All right then. I suppose it's not all that different from the dice gambling games I used to play in my youth. If it's just for a few drinks, you can count me in.
Okay, but these are like the most expensive drinks out there.
All right, now we're talking. Okay, now that we've agreed on the rules, how should we do this coin toss? After all, a Mora coin looks the same on both sides.
We can just use a marker. We'll just put Sharpie on one side. You know, deface it. That's totally not illegal.
Well, that should be simple enough. Here, I'll take this coin and ask the counter to draw a line on one side. You two can wait for me.
Did he draw a line on
Young
both
man,
sides?
I can see that you haven't spent many years in the real world. You take everything far too personally.
It's about my honor.
I, too, only met this Monstadt millionaire by complete chance today, but we're getting along just fine. I actually came here to meet with a business partner to count the cash from 2 recent investments when this gentleman struck up a conversation with me. In the real world, you've got to keep up appearances. There's no need to offend the rich. After all, if you keep them happy, you can probably make some more off of them, too.
I am basically a monk. I don't live for money. even though I somehow managed to afford enough to come into this very fancy tea house.
You young people are much too impulsive. It pays to keep a level head.
Alright, I totally
Just
remember.
so we're clear, let's say the marked side is heads and the unmarked side is tails. Everyone has to pick a side before the coin toss. Oh, and no takebacks.
Okay. So we have to take heads on the marker. Wait, it doesn't matter which side is which, he's gonna tell us. Chin is heads, even though it should be the forehead. Forehead is tails, even though that should be heads. Okay, I totally remember.
We should also take turns tossing the coin.
Why? I'm gonna toss it in the river.
Sounds fair to me. Why don't you do the first toss, Albert?
All right, then, I'll start us off. Here we... Oh, wait. I nearly forgot to collect everyone's bets. Mr. Bai, heads or tails?
I suppose the choice is arbitrary since it's a 50-50 chance. I'll go with tails.
Let me think. I'll also go with tails. What about you? Heads or tails?
You're touching your chin, which is heads. I'm going with heads. It better be heads. Spin it. Is that tails? Wait! But you touched your chin! Wait! I'm so confused! Oh. So I just have to reverse it.
Darn, I won. Lucky me, I guess.
Okay, I was supposed to get it wrong. That's fine. That's great.
I won as well. Guess there might be a formal apology in the cards after all.
Hey, it's just the first toss.
I have a suggestion. If one of us loses twice in a row, they should get knocked out while the other two carry on playing to decide the winner. Otherwise, with three of us playing, it'll start to get difficult to keep track of who's won the most times.
Sure.
I flipped the coin last time, so why don't you go next? I don't want you blaming my coin-tossing skills if you guess wrong this turn. Here.
Now just wait a second, my dear friends. Please let me do the second toss.
Okay.
Oh? Anxious to take your turn, Mr. Bai?
You are both young, and I've already seen your short tempers for myself. If Albert loses this round and this young man wins, you'll be tied. And before you know it, you'll be at each other's throats again. Well, that's not my only consideration either. You two may be too young to know this, but I've been around the block a few times. What's to say this isn't a trick coin,
I think it's a normal
In
coin.
dice games, people use all sorts of methods to rig the game. Some even fit the dice with mechanisms that give them whichever result they want.
Way to die. Yeah.
If Albert wins the next round and you, young man, lose for the second time in a row, then the third round will just be a tiebreaker between him and me, and you won't get your apology to the Guhua clan. If that happens, only for you to then find out that the coin was rigged all along, you're sure to accuse me of working with Albert to scam you while mocking the Guhua clan. I can only imagine the kind of vengeful warpath that would put you on.
I mean, I guess.
A purely hypothetical scenario, of course, but one that I'm bringing up now to avoid any misunderstanding further down the road. Go on, give me the coin. I'll show you how to check if it's been rigged.
Why is Kaeya still smiling? Because it's a normal coin.
Very diligent of you indeed, Mr. Bai. Looks like I chose the right person to be my guide. Here, take it.
It's a normal
coin. A rigged coin will always be a little heavier than a normal coin, you see. This one seems perfectly normal to me, however. But don't take it from me. Why don't you test it for yourself?
Pettiness is below me. I trust your judgment. Phew, that was
What's
a
your
close
bet
call.
this time, Mr. Bai?
I'll stick with tails.
Tails, huh? Well, you seem to have a feel for this, so I guess I'll match your bet again this round. Tails it is. And you?
Heads. I'm supposed to lose, right? I'm supposed to lose, right? Okay, it's heads.
Well, my luck's still just about holding out. The three of us are now tied, so no one drops out. Certainly better than Albert and I going head-to-head in the final round.
Okay. We're still just flipping a coin.
Well, here you go. What'll it be, Mr. Bai?
It's a tough decision this time.
I am curious
That's what
about
makes
how
it fun,
Kaeya is
isn't it?
rigging this.
Anyway, there's no need to stress. What's the cost of a few cups of tea compared to 50,000 I'll be paying you every day?
You make a good point. All right, I'll take heads.
Okay, and now it's my turn to guess.
Guess I'm taking
Not
tails.
that the outcome matters either way to me. I won't even notice the more's gone. Whatever. I'll take tails.
I am also taking tails. Oh wow, it's tails. Oh wait, no, it's heads. I don't know which one's heads or tails anymore.
Why did it have to be heads? This whole thing started because you two got into a spat, and now I'm the one that has to foot the bill. What say you to another round?
Sure, why not? I'm having fun. I can go for as many rounds as you want.
I'm out.
What a miserly person. Do as you please. The two of us can play.
It is just flipping a
But
coin.
Albert, all the fun of gambling is in the stakes involved. What say you to throwing a little loose change into the pot?
What if we do a bet?
Oh, come on now. No need to walk on eggshells here. Let's keep it simple, shall we? If you guess right, I pick up the tab. But if you guess wrong, I'm afraid it's still on you.
Sure. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, here's the coin. You can toss first. I'll take heads.
I'll choose...
Either you choose tails, or you choose the same one he chooses.
Wouldn't it defeat the whole purpose of betting if you guessed the same as me? This is a two-person game now. Surely one of us has to guess heads and the other tails.
And so he's betting on you guessing the wrong one. Because he made his decision first.
All right. It all comes down to luck, after all. I'll take tails. Ooh, looks like Rex Lapis has smiled upon me today after all. Thank you for the tea, Albert.
But you wish you raised the stakes now.
Look at you getting so giddy over some chump change. It's like you've never gambled with real money before, my old man. That's a real rush, I'm telling you. This is nothing by comparison. In fact, I'm starting to get a little bored.
Well, in that case, would you care for another game?
Let's stop flipping coins and actually gamble.
Sure. And let's up the stakes a little this time. Shall we say 50,000?
Oh my.
Oh, maybe that's a little on the high side.
How much could a banana cost? $12?
What, 50,000? But that's just a single day's guide pay for you.
If he ever gets paid as a guide.
All right. I'll bet tails.
Great, then I'll bet heads. No takebacks. Heads.
Tails.
What do we got?
Oh, how unfortunate. I shouldn't have gotten greedy. After all, in the long run, gambling is always a losing game. 50,000 more. Oh, my goodness. Albert, I'm terribly sorry, but as it happens, I forgot to bring my coin purse with me today. Could you perhaps take this 50,000 out of my guide fees? Call it an advance payment. That would make us even.
Advance payment? Sorry, I'm afraid that's not my style. It'll have to be cash.
Kaeya.
This day just getting better and better. Well, so be it. 50,000. Let me see what cash I have on me.
Oh,
Just 50,000? That's not what we agreed on.
we agreed on paying for tea.
Huh? What are you talking about? I think you'll find that our bet was for 50,000.
No, it wasn't. The amount was 1 million.
What? Or was it 1 million?
1 million? Are you insane? Come on now, Albert. Be serious. 1 million here and 1 million there might be all fun and games to you rich types, but to ordinary folk like myself, this is no laughing matter.
I'm being perfectly serious. I know what I said, and what I said was 1 million mora.
I know the scam, but this
You're
is a weird...
lying through your teeth. Hey, young man, you tell him. Did you hear him say 1 million at any point during our bet?
I am lying. I am sorry. Yeah, he said 1 million.
I'm not deaf, you know. I swear I heard 50,000. Wait. Oh, I see. You two are in this together.
Wait, are we supposed to be getting busted?
I never met either of you before today, and out of nowhere you suddenly roped me into betting over a coin toss, and now you're accusing me of owing you 1 million mora. Huh? Do you have any idea who you're trying to cheat? I know all the tricks in the book. I can't believe a couple of beginners like you managed to get this far.
Were we supposed to get caught? I can't tell if we were supposed to get caught.
Well, don't you try to celebrate just yet. You amateurs have a lot to learn about the art of the con. Do you really think that nobody else will have heard all the commotion we just made? All I need is one witness, and this little scheme of yours falls apart. Frauds! Frauds, I say! These two kids are trying to scam me out of my hard-earned mora! Hostess! Oh, hostess, come quickly!
How pathetic.
What is going on here? If you can't abide by our rules, you're not welcome at Yanxiang Tea House. I don't care what the issue is. You don't get to make a racket like that in here. Halberd! Fang!
Wait, don't throw me out! These two con artists are trying to steal my mora. You can't let them get away with it.
Well, let's take this somewhere else. I don't want any of you disturbing the other guests.
Can't tell if our plan is working or not. Is our plan working?
Okay, you two. Care to explain yourselves?
Gladly. He's making up completely spurious claims. We were betting mora over a few coin tosses, and now he wants to back out. In the land of contracts, of all places. He won 250,000 from me, then another 800,000 from the both of us. Now he's refusing to pay up the measly 50,000 that he lost in the final round.
We sure did make up money numbers.
Okay, so after settling up, a total of 1 million mora should have changed hands. Sounds plausible enough.
It's a complete pack of lies. Hostess, if you don't believe me, ask anyone else in the tea house. These kids were so loud. I guarantee you everybody in that room knows the true story.
Do they, though?
Sorry to interrupt you all, but you're witnesses to the situation here. Is what Mr. Bai says true?
Oh, thank goodness you're finally here. What took you so long? That old guy's been bragging about the mora he's won so loudly, I'm surprised the whole street didn't hear him. I was about to report him to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Leave me out of this. I want nothing to do with gamblers and scammers. Please, just bring me my check.
Our new owner laid down the law not too long ago. We turn a blind eye towards casual games of dice, but there is zero tolerance for any explicit gambling with real Mora.
Casual games of dice. Why? Because the new owner is Yelan. Her thing is rolling dice. She can't ban rolling dice. But no gambling with real Mora.
Return any winnings to the party you took them from, and we'll say that none of this ever happened. Otherwise, I'll have to bring in the Millilith. And I can assure you that they take a more hard line on this kind of thing than we do.
No gambling.
Why should I have to give them any Mora? I don't have any Mora on me.
Well, that's a lie.
Oh, but I think you do. 2 investments, was it? One of them to the tune of exactly 1 million as it happens. Oh, and don't forget you still need to pay the tab.
You... Wait. How did you...
Halberd! Fang! There's a gentleman here that I'd really like you to meet.
Please don't. I'll pay. All right?
This was never your Mora to begin with. We'll be returning it to its rightful owner now.
I don't think it should have worked, but it worked. Anyway, ma'am, we're sorry we
can't
messed
have
up
this
your tea
discussion
house.
in front of the other customers. Please, step outside.
We're sorry. We're sorry we ruined your tea house by interrupting. Anyway. Captain Wu, here's your money.
What did you think, Captain Wu? Could you hear clearly from your corner on the 2nd floor?
Yes, everything. I can't thank you two enough.
Oh wow, we're busted.
This was your doing, wasn't it? You and this Monstadt planned the whole thing.
No.
Along with that blonde one. And all the customers on that floor in on it too, weren't they? I know where you live, and I know what your wife looks like, and your pretty little daughter too. You crossed the wrong man today.
Who'd be scared of a crook like you? I'll take you on any day of the week.
Well, let's see how long that false bravado of yours will last.
Oh, look at that. He figured it out. Guess he's not as dumb as we thought.
Don't you two get cocky either. Just you wait. I will hunt you down.
Uh-huh. Are we gonna arrest him
My
now?
apologies for having to leave this question until you'd vacated the premises. But I couldn't have things escalate inside the tea house. I hope you can understand our position. I noticed that all the guests on the 2nd floor were present before you took your seats, then left almost immediately after you did. Would I be correct in saying you were looking to set this man up?
Ma'am, you're ruining our whole plan, but yeah.
Wait, so you saw through it right away?
Under normal circumstances, we would never tolerate a scheme like this taking place on our grounds, as it risks damaging our owner's reputation. However, I understand that our owner holds the traveler in high regard and must have good reasons for their actions. Still, I would appreciate an explanation, if only so that I can answer to the owner.
So you can tell Yelan what was up.
Ah, as I thought. When you're operating on someone else's turf, you run the risk of clashing with the master of the house. Thankfully, we considered that possibility before going ahead with our plan. Over to you, brave hero. You're the one with the connections in Liyue. It's your time to shine.
This is true. I am friends with everyone. I could call Ningguang right now if I wanted to. I'm not gonna, but I could. She owes me one favor.
Okay. I understand the situation now. It goes without saying that I have no wish to stand in the way of your chivalrous deeds. I'll report everything you told me to our owner.
Feel free to find me again if you need any further answers.
Well, Captain Wu, remember what I promised you? What do you think? Angry and frustrated enough for you?
I think you delivered.
Excuse me, coming through. Is this the Mr. Bai you reported to us?
Yes, please arrest him.
Yes, that's him all right. The one who scammed Captain Wu.
Wait! Where's your evidence? And Wu, you've already recovered your Mora. I don't deserve to be punished twice for the same crime.
You can't talk your way out of this one. You're already suspected of defrauding multiple victims out of smaller amounts, and the combined total meets the threshold for a conviction.
Ooh.
If it turns out you're guilty in this case, too, it'll only add to your sentence.
Ooh.
Does the plaintiff have any witnesses? If so, we'd really appreciate if they could come with us and provide a testimony.
I guess I'm getting arrested and giving testimony at the police station. Okay.
You got tangled up in this too, huh?
I sure did.
In that case, please come with me. Your witness statements will play a crucial role in helping to move this case forward. Don't worry, we won't take up too much of your time. And you, sir, can stop twiddling your thumbs. You're coming with us, too.
Random person standing here. You too.
Hey, keep your hands off me. I'll cooperate. I'll cooperate. Stop manhandling me.
Thank you so much,
We
the both
very
of you.
quickly rushed
I really
through
don't know how I could
the,
ever begin
testimony
to repay
part.
you.
Well, I have an idea. We originally came here to do some sightseeing. Anywhere you'd recommend we go before the end of our trip?
Let me think. Now, where would I want to go? Hey, are either of you interested in a fishing trip?
Sounds fun to me. Let's go.
And then we fished. Oh, no, we have to actually go fish. Okay. And there's not a waypoint. That's fine. I forgot how far apart waypoints are on older maps. No offense, Liyue, but you need a waypoint at the wharf.
Well, this was certainly an eventful end to my trip. It wouldn't have been possible without you. Or my lucky coin, of course.
I'm just glad nothing went wrong with the coin toss.
Wouldn't be much of a lucky coin if it had. Besides, I already taught you how to become attuned to it.
By touching your chin or
You
your
still
forehead?
need some practice to master the technique, but luckily it decided to play nice and spare us any more complications.
How do you control?
A better question to ask might be, what do I do to make this coin happy to work with me and show me whichever side I wish?
Why do you think this coin has a will of its own?
My answer would be that I tell the coin a joke every time I toss it into the air. If it finds my joke funny, then it cooperates with me.
Okay, that's such a random way
Of course,
doing it.
this whole arrangement hinges on a pre-existing amount of trust between the two of us. I can't just get any strange coins to listen to me.
He caught us off guard.
Yeah, I was a little surprised when he unwittingly called out our trick coin, but it didn't matter. A good gambler always keeps their options open. You have to have a contingency plan for when the odds are against you. So when I went to the counter, I marked a regular coin as well as my trick one. That safely avoided any risk of him finding out about the trick coin. But it also meant that we wouldn't be able to control the result of that round.
So it was completely random and we just happened to guess right.
But hey, what does it matter? The fact that he made things a little more challenging only made it all the more exciting to watch him slowly but surely fall into our trap. Especially listening to him warn us about the possibility of a rigged coin right as we were scamming him. That was my favorite part. As long as I chose the same bet as him, and you bet the opposite to me, it was always going to end up with him paying. Unless, of course, he'd had some other tricks up his sleeve that we hadn't thought of. Then things would have gotten really interesting.
You two are genuinely the smartest people I've ever met. I'm no intellectual, so I would never have been able to come up with a plan like this. Even when you described it to me, I only understood parts of it.
Never change, man. Never change.
Well, I may not be the smartest guy around, But one thing I do know is this. One should always return tenfold the help that they've received from others. We were just ordinary acquaintances. You had no reason to help me as much as you did.
Yeah, and Kaeya, wasn't planning to until we asked.
If there's anything I can ever do for you in the future, anything at all, please let me know. You can always count on me. I guarantee it.
Oh? You seem agitated. Are you worried about owing me yet another favor? There are two kinds of people who owe me favors. One is my friends, and the other my informants. My informants have to fulfill whatever requests I make of them, no questions asked. The question is, which kind of person do you want to be?
I'd like to be a friend. Yeah, I feel like we would like to be a friend.
And you're torn again. Too afraid to ask to be my friend, but also daunted by the dangers inherent in becoming my informant. Well, it's okay, because I just thought of a fun and easy way to get us out of this impasse. Let's do a coin toss.
Kaeya, you just explained how you rigged the coin.
This is the regular coin I prepared for the contingency plan when I was borrowing a pen from the bar. Not the lucky one that does what I tell it to. If it's heads, we're friends. But if it's tails, you're at my beck and call. May the Lord of Geo decide.
So, was it heads or tails?
What do you think? What does your heart tell you?
Kaeya, just put the coin back.
I understand now. You have my most sincere gratitude. No, that's a little too formal. What I'm trying to say is, here, your fishing rods, my friends.
Let's be friends. Do we get the picture finally? Wow, we went fishing. We are so excited to catch a fish. It's like we've never caught a fish before. Okay. Can we talk to you? No? You just stand there? Okay. Let's look at that quest chain. Because it went places and it just kept going and going and going. Yeah, I'm sure that was the longest one. I don't know how we managed to get that first, but... who do we go back to? Let's... Yeah. I think it's that one. Oh no, it is still in Sumeru. I was like, maybe this one will be in Liyue still. So the Liyue branch is just, we go all the way to Liyue. Gotcha. Let's decide. Guess the other one is to listen to the play.
It's high time you gave yourself a proper break. And anyway, life is short, so we should make the most of the time we have. Right?
Let's spend the public money for our own amusement. Mwahahaha.
Now I remember why you're an honorary knight. Of course, being tempted by money is beneath you. Your honest character is dazzling to behold.
Oh wait, no, that one was not do
reflecting
that.
off the surface of
My
Cider
bad.
Lake in the late fall, I hold my hands up. My thinking was mistaken. In that case, I guess today's end-of-trip blowout is cancelled. I shall pack my luggage and prepare to return to Mondstadt.
I can join you for the journey.
Oh, you'd do that for me?
Why are we going to Mondstadt?
This wasn't what I'd originally planned, but it's a very welcome development.
Okay.
When I was souvenir shopping, I picked out something for you too. Guess my thoughtfulness wasn't in vain.
You got me a souvenir?
Let's keep that a secret for now. Not because I want to keep you guessing. It's just that I didn't think I'd run into you here. All my gifts are back at the inn. I want you to find out for yourself when you open it. The surprise is what gift giving is all about, is it not? Then it's settled. We'll leave together shortly.
Guess we're going back to the inn. Sit up on the bridge. All the way back. Okay, you went to the inn to pick up your gifts, and then you left and traveled all the way back to Monstadt. And then you're gonna give us the gift. Come on, man. Well, we're back in Mondstadt. Took us a minute. We haven't been here in a while. Haven't been killing Timmy's pigeons.
Look, Mondstadt's windmills. Ah, such a comforting sight.
Okay, why is the castle so low poly? Why are we zooming in while it hasn't loaded in? What? Why is it in squares? I'm so confused.
Now, as promised, your souvenir. Here you go. According to the merchant I bought it from, mysterious spirits called Jinn often live in lamps like this. And this lamp in particular once housed a very powerful genie.
Kaeya, we've literally teamed up with a genie before, and then freed her. But we teamed up with her for a minute. Also, I think you just listened to the story of Aladdin. I think you just got conned by a Robin Williams salesman who's selling you a lamp.
Merchants love to exaggerate to help make a sale, but it's still quite the pretty little lamp.
Yup, it's Aladdin.
I know you like rare things, so perhaps you can add this to your collection. Of course, you can also use it as an ordinary pot. Personally, I think it'd make an excellent wine vessel.
What's a decanter? But I'm gonna put it on display.
I'm glad you like it.
I'll put it
I'm
on
ready to
display.
head into the city now. You're free to join me, or you can make your own schedule. I could give everyone their souvenirs first, but I'm not sure whether I'm in the mood for running around and visiting people right after the long journey. Maybe I'll take a breather first. But I know I'll only get bored sitting in my room alone. Ugh. Do you have any suggestions?
What are we doing? We can chill out together, so you can relax without getting
I'm
bored.
honored to have such a caring friend.
Ever heard of Netflix and chill? We can do Netflix and chill. That's totally not flirting.
Let's go to the plaza in front of the cathedral. We can listen to the bards playing or feed the pigeons. After so long in Sumeru, I've begun to miss that slow-paced and relaxed atmosphere. There's no rush. We can take our time and stroll on over.
Okay, but can I also kill Timmy's pigeons? Who do I have? I think Kaeya might be best. Or should I just do Ganyu's? I think I'll just go with Ganyu. Oh, I moved. Whoops. Let's get Ganyu on the team.
As per our contract.
They are all spread out. So not cool, man. Guys aren't supposed to spread out like this. Okay, I got like 3 of them. That's fine. Wait, there's more. Oh, that was the worst shot. Okay, to be fair, I have not tried to kill Timmy's pigeons in like ages. I sure did scare them and kill them. I'm not dueling you. Goodbye. Okay, Timmy, go tell mommy. Alright, let's go to the cathedral. Now that I'm done terrorizing the child.
Port Ormos is always lively, even late into the night. People there go to bed much later than I imagined. Quite a stark contrast with Mondstadt. People pray and play music in the cathedral plaza during the day, but come nighttime, the streets are deserted except for the knights on patrol.
Which lifestyle do you prefer?
Good question. Life in Sumeru is never dull. Last time I was out drinking on the street at night, some passing mercenaries invited me to dance. Although, I did learn later that that kind of thing is highly unusual even there. They must have been in a very good mood that night.
Do you mean, like, gay dancing is highly unusual even there? Or just dancing is okay. I'll take whatever context you're given, man. Whatever.
They taught me a lot of songs that they usually sing during feasts. It really was a fun night. But be that as it may, I think I'm more suited to the free and easy life in Mondstadt. Simple, honest folks like me, we don't need much to be content.
Are you being serious?
Fair enough. Let's shelve that discussion for now. Have you ever had a chance to hear the cathedral choir before? The hymns they sing are a whole tradition in their own right. Quite different from the folk songs that the bards play.
I am curious now. Is it like an actual gospel choir? No way they recorded an actual gospel choir. Except they have recorded choirs before. Because,
let's see if we can catch them today. Sister Grace is right there, so we can ask her about the choir schedule.
His song background stuff.
Excuse me, Sister Grace. Does the church choir have any performances coming up soon?
Oh, I'm so sorry. The hymn concert we previously announced has unfortunately been pushed back.
Hold on. Why are the hymns a concert? Why is it called a hymn concert? Why can't they just perform hymns? You know, during prayer service? Or just service? It has to be a concert?
Oh? What's the story there?
As you probably know, Captain Kaeya, we've been trying to organize an amateur choir in addition to the regular church choir.
Ah, yes. I heard about that. I believe the plan was ultimately to have different choirs who can take turns to perform hymn concerts.
Hymn concerts aren't a thing.
Yes, exactly. Well, it turns out there are plenty of believers who are good singers and interested in joining a choir, so in theory, it should have been a simple case of getting everyone in the same room, then practice. But for some reason, the rehearsals are going terribly. I don't understand it. Everyone in the choir has a basic level of musical literacy, but they sound awful together. It's like everyone's trying to do their own thing. There's no group harmony.
Okay, there is a difference between singing solo and singing in a choir. And so, I understand why some of the singers might be having issues. But that's pretty funny.
Oh, maybe I'm just not musically gifted enough to give them the guidance they need. Captain Kaeya, I know you like listening to hymns. How good is your understanding of vocal music?
Me? Music is far from my forte. But if you need some help, then don't worry. I know an expert who's more than up to the task.
Venti, do you want to lead choir at your own church? It'll help with service.
Thank you so much, Captain Kaeya. Having some expert guidance will definitely be a great help.
Okay, it better
I'm
be
sure
Venti.
you figured out who this expert is already.
Yeah.
He has the best singing voice of any poet in Mondstadt, and understands poetry better than any other singer.
And he's an angel
Plus,
share.
He's exceptionally easy to find. 9 out of 10 times, he's in the tavern.
Okay, but this is so freaking funny to me. It's like, Venti, we're having problems with your church. You should go fix them yourself. It's not even like an actual problem. It's just the community choir is not good at being a choir. But we're still gonna ask God to help fix it. Ah. Wait, the tavern's over here. I totally know how Monstadt works. Leave me alone. I've only walked around the city for the last 3 years. And, you know, read the same missing poster over and over again instead of entering the tavern. Did I walk past him? He's just outside. Do they not let you in the building anymore? They don't let him in the building anymore.
Drinking alone? I hope you don't mind us joining you.
Hi, Venti.
Hello, hello. Please, take a seat. We're all friends here.
Patton, 1 moonlit alley and an apple cider.
Ad break is about to start. Hold on. I'll pause it so no one misses out on Venti. Who knows how
Ooh, excellent choices. Come on, let's have a toast and drain our glasses together. Here's to the time spent drinking with friends, which is more unforgettable than the drinks are delectable.
Ever the poet, Professor Venti.
Professor Venti.
A beautiful toast from the bard with the most. Any new songs of yours we could listen to? There's a real dearth of quality entertainment at the moment, since the cathedral's choir performance has been delayed again.
Did you know your church ain't singing to you anymore?
Speaking of which, I trust you've heard Sister Grace's choir perform before?
Of course! Though the format is a little on the formal side, they do sing quite beautifully. Very pleasant to listen to.
Would be weird if I didn't hear them singing to me.
So you'd say you enjoy listening to hymns?
I feel like he wrote most of them, but you know.
Let me think. Well, however it's expressed, as long as you can hear the singer's passion and joy in their voice, I consider it a phenomenal performance.
Also, choirs sound really cool in cathedrals. I know that's a weird thing to say, but cathedrals, the echoing of the chamber and the syncing up of a choir, it does sound really cool to hear a choir in an actual old cathedral. It's just how the room works. So yeah, it's definitely a cool performance to
Passion
see.
and joy, huh? An intriguing perspective. By this logic, I suppose Lord Barbados would also enjoy the choir's performances.
If Lord Barbados was not pleased, we would be not singing in a choir, because we do it to please Lord Barbados. How dare you imply he not enjoy the choirs?
Oh? And why is that?
Think about it. It's only because of his patient guidance and protection that the people of Mondstadt can now sing such beautiful hymns in the cathedral.
I guess. What does that have to... How are we gonna manipulate Venti with this? But sure.
It must be quite satisfying for him to hear a joyful people lift up their voices in song.
You know, hypothetically.
Yes, well, that's a beautiful image filled with hope. But actually, maybe Barbados himself doesn't give it so much thought.
You know, when Barbados doesn't even show up to church service, and he's like, oh, it's Sunday? Oh, that means last night was Saturday night. Oh, I have a hangover. Oh, I'm supposed to go to church and be God? No, I have a hangover. It's like, I hate to tell you, Venti is not good at being a god.
In principle, the hymns of the cathedral are dedicated to a god. But in reality, the audience are all ordinary people with very worldly concerns. So what really matters is that the people enjoy what they're listening to.
I mean, yeah. But also, that's, sort of an atheist take right there.
If Sister Grace was able to see things that way, perhaps she wouldn't feel so distressed.
She feels like she's upsetting Lord Barbados, and Barbados don't give a fuck.
Huh? Distressed? About what?
About the choir. The choir sounds bad, Venti.
Ugh, she might be asking a bit too much. To be honest, if they have a natural talent for music, they should just be allowed to sing whatever they want. It'll all sound good.
Not if they're in a choir, Venti. Not if they're in a choir. Even if they aren't singing the same tune?
I'm pretty sure the first people to sing songs to the Animo Archon weren't all singing the same tune.
So we totally all know the song, and then we did not all know the song.
Besides, he is the god of freedom. Surely he'd prefer to hear Mondstadters sing their hearts out however comes naturally to them.
Okay, you say that, but then it's gonna sound so horrible. You're gonna regret that.
Well, to each their own, I say. But Sister Grace seems quite bothered by the whole thing. If only a kind soul with a deep understanding of poetry and music could help her. Patton?
I don't think the bartender
More drinks?
is the answer.
Uh-oh. I only brought enough money for one bottle today. I'll have to pass.
Oh no, Kaeya will buy it. Don't worry. Don't worry. He'll still spend his money.
Another bottle of apple cider for Venti, please, Patton. My treat.
We gotta get him wasted to agree to help us fix his own church.
Wow! Thanks, Kaeya. You were one of the finest students ever to emerge from my fast-track love poetry class. I always did admire your enthusiasm and kindness.
You know, this is probably really confusing to the people who did not have Windbloom. They're like, how do these people know each other? When was Kaeya ever in a poetry class? Also, you need to remember, Kaeya's poem was just random gibberish that is like, means I love you in Hilichurl. That was his poem. It was a really bad poem. So I don't know why Venti thinks he was good at it.
With the aid of this bottle, a humble bard's woes are whisked away on the wind.
Oh, it's because Kaeya paid him a
And so
wine
it
too.
falls
Right.
to this humble
That's right.
bard to pass the blessing on to another.
He doesn't care how bad of a poet writer Kaeya is, because Kaeya gives him wine.
Then this is probably the single most worthwhile alcohol purchase I've ever made. With your help, Sister Grace's problems are as good as solved. Sister Grace is a devout follower of the Animo Archon. Perhaps it's her depth of devotion that causes her to worry too much about the smallest things.
This is such an awkward conversation to have, but okay.
Don't worry. Just wait a moment. I'll go find her. Right after I finish this cider.
Okay, Venti, I don't think you should go to one of your nuns while completely wasted. I just think that's a bad idea.
The next time you visit her, our sweet sister shall be sad no more.
Sure, I totally believe you can fix this. Venti, how wasted are you right now? Wait until the following day. Oh no, I want to just tattoo it.
Kaeya is a wily character, but free wine is always the most delicious.
You can always just say no.
Nah, it's fine. I mean, the church's choral hymns aren't exactly my strong suit, what with all the finicky formalities and so on. But as long as there is love for music in the air, I'm sure I'll be able to help.
Sounds like it'll actually take a lot of work, my guy.
Hey, if I'm happy and Sister Grace is happy and the audience is happy, that's a great thing, isn't it?
Especially since I'm, you know, the god they're trying to please with all of this. This is so weird. Like, I see it as a funny take, but I also see it as a weird take. Recital! That's the word! I was like, why are they calling it a concert? There's already a word for choir performance. It's a recital. It's not a concert. It's a recital. Okay, let's see how this is going. At least it's the next day, so Venti is not still drunk while talking to the sister.
Hello, Sister Grace. How are the rehearsals going?
Captain Kaeya, your bard friend has a few suggestions that are somewhat fanciful in nature. Fanciful in the sense of not worth adopting? Is that what you mean?
Oh, what are your thoughts, Venti? What are your suggestions?
Everyone in the choir loves to sing, but they're used to singing their favorite songs.
I don't know the other songs.
Suddenly asking them to sing in perfect harmony like a church choir with years of experience is just too difficult. So, why ask them to adjust to the demands of those staid old church hymns when you could just create a new song for them? One that they'll be able to grasp quickly? If you want, I could help.
You mean write an easier to sing song? Are they struggling on the Glorious? They're probably struggling on the breathing with the Glorious. I would not be surprised.
Church choirs typically stick to traditional hymns. This is certainly an innovative idea.
Oh man, he's bringing in the pop music. He's bringing in the drummer. Oh, Venti, you can't do that.
What's stopping you from considering it, Sister Grace?
While I don't expect a recently established amateur choir to perform on par with our own church choir, this would be a major departure from tradition. I'm just not convinced that it's appropriate.
Is the Church of Favonius really such a stickler for tradition? Giving believers the chance to express themselves freely seems like it would be a very positive thing.
You know, freedom of religion. But we don't talk about that.
So Venti, do you think the Animo Archon would like to hear a new melody?
I love how we're hypothetically asking things to Venti.
Of course! This was the wish of the people when New Monstadt was first founded.
Okay, well let's see what our other friend thinks. Traveler, what are your thoughts?
I have to support Venti because it's just sort of funny, but he also knows what's probably best.
Another vote of confidence. Maybe there's hope for this idea yet.
Maybe it's just a generational thing, but... Oh, well, it's not a completely unreasonable idea. I suppose it can't hurt to try.
They are putting in the early 2000s Christian pop songs. And the old people are having heart attacks being like, why aren't we singing Amazing Grace a millionth time? It's like, because we want to sing something new that isn't a couple hundred years old. Please.
Looks like we're all in favor then. So let's start preparing. Sister Grace, could we trouble you to inform the choir members?
Of course. I'll tell them now, and then we'll give this a try. Should we find some people to help us compose the lyrics? If this is to be a new song of the people, then the more fresh ideas we have, the better.
I guess. Do we have... How long is this story quest, man? This was supposed to be a quick, like, date thing with Kaeya, and now we're changing, like, church.
Good idea. Let's split up and find some contributors, Traveler.
Who should I look for?
Let me think. Since we're composing a song, we should try and recruit at least one person who understands music. Aha, I know.
Barbara? It better be Barbara.
Sister Grace, how would you feel about us asking Sister Barbara to provide her input?
Yeah, it's like if anyone... I mean, she's the head sister, so she has to approve it anyway. So if she's helping write the song...
Given that the idea is to write a song dedicated to Lord Barbados, I'm sure Sister Barbara would be very willing.
Oh, yeah.
I'll look for another friend who's interested in helping us.
Who's your other friend? Anyway, Venti, what are you thinking? What's your plan?
Got it. With this melody, it'll be much more expressive.
I know they're not actually gonna perform a Christian song, but that would be really funny if they did. Like, the melody of one would be so funny. Anyway, hi Barbara. Help us write a song.
Let the wind lead. Traveler, it's been a long time since I last saw you in the cathedral.
Barbara, just the person I was looking for.
Fortunately, I have some time to spare at the moment. What is it?
Well, you see, we need you to write a song.
Oh, I see. What an interesting idea. The hymns we know today have been passed down to us through the ages. Very few people would ever think to create a new one.
It's almost sacrilegious.
But as long as we put our hearts into it and write with reverence and devotion, perhaps our new song can become part of the tradition that is passed on and bring joy to future generations.
Well thought.
I never imagined that the bard would come up with such an amazing suggestion. I'd really love to be a part of this.
Do you have time to join a lyric writing session?
Sure. Let's go there together right now.
All right. Diona? Why? Kaeya, why is that your pick? What does she know about singing? Or choirs? Or writing lyrics?
You're here.
You took your sweet time.
Yeah, why is Diona here?
I've seen Kaeya play Genius Invocation TCG, making up a bunch of baloney to distract his opponents. He's a trickster, plain and simple. So now, I gotta check with you guys to see if what he's saying is true.
That we're trying to write a song for God? We are. We have Sister Barbara right here.
Can we really write about anything we want in this song? Even the evils of Mondstadt's wine industry?
No, this is supposed to be Diona. We're supposed to be praising Lord Barbados, who invented alcohol. We all know this. He invented wine, so we can't say wine is bad at church, even though we're Catholic and nuns aren't supposed to drink.
And is the choir really gonna perform it publicly? So everyone on the streets will hear it?
Do you really think she can write about that?
I don't think anything's off limits. I thought it was a fun idea anyway.
Kaeya, you are an active alcoholic. You just find it funny.
Then I want to write this. All these hounds will be punished harshly by Lord Barbados.
You have to fit it to the tune, and it has to rhyme with the next line. Those are the rules of songs, I think. Vaguely. So, good luck with fitting booze hounds into whatever the tune is. And also, I don't think that's in the Bible to Barbados.
That's a very novel idea indeed.
It's because she's a cat. I was gonna say it was because we were talking about Barbados, but it's because she's a cat.
I'm used to just humming to myself while I work. So after Sister Grace criticized us for not singing in harmony, I was planning on quitting the choir. I never thought we'd be able to just sing what we wanted. What a relief.
Plus, we get to write a song with Sister Barbara. I'm so honored.
Thank you, everyone. Why don't we start by picking a theme for this song?
And not anti-alcoholism, even though alcoholism is bad. That's not the point of a song to Lord Barbados.
I agree. Traditionally speaking, the theme should be Praise be to the gentle and loving Lord Barbados.
Yeah, that is generally the theme of a church song?
I expect that Professor Venti might feel that topic is overdone and lacks originality, and that it may not be to Lord Barbados' liking.
What, Barbados doesn't like a song saying he's great?
That's Kaeya for you. Got it in one. I'd suggest that everyone start by thinking of the little things in life that bring you joy.
Ooh, well then can I praise the perfect fish head soup my mom cooked last night?
Okay. Fish head soup is not going in the song either, Diona. Why are you here?
Of course you can. I think I'd like to rejoice in the precious days spent together with family.
Okay, Barbara, yours works. Good job.
Let us praise Monstadt, the city that allows us to sing freely.
A little patriotic, but okay.
See? Already we have lots of wonderful ideas. Let's write them down. And then Kaeya can... Kaeya?
Where did Kaeya go? Over in the corner. Okay. What are you guys doing?
Okay, everyone. Write your ideas down once you've got something. And then we'll open it up for a group discussion. I think the song should express the joy of being together with family.
Okay, this is already what they said before.
Should I write about fish head soup or Liyue grilled fish?
Both of those shouldn't be in a song to God, but okay.
What should I sing about?
Home of the wind-born. What do you think of that?
That wasn't too bad, Arthur. Not bad.
Surely the song should at least mention Lord Barbados.
Poor Sister Grace. She's like, why are we writing a secular song about fish? We can write a Christian song about fish. There are fish. It's a part of the stuff. But why is it about the secular fish? Diona, why are you doing this? Alright, Kaeya, what are you doing?
What are you doing here? Didn't want to participate in the discussions?
Do you want to leave?
I just wanted to take you to hear a performance, but that obviously didn't happen, thanks to the problems with the choir rehearsals.
And now a lot of other stuff is happening, which we did not sign up for.
The rehearsals are now back on track, so I've done my part. If I stay here any longer, I'll probably get roped into singing with them.
And you don't want to sing?
I'd rather it didn't come to that. My songwriting abilities are limited.
You're supposed to be relaxing.
If doing nothing but loitering on the plaza enjoying the scenery all day is the only way to relax, then I suppose I didn't get to relax. But that would get boring after a while. To me, it's more fun to wander around, see what's happening, and insert myself into interesting situations. Besides, can you be so sure I didn't have something to gain from helping Sister Grace with her choir rehearsal dilemma these past few days?
What could you possibly gain from this? I don't know. Getting Venti to be more active in his own religion, I guess?
Oh, I spy 2 naughty students skipping class. And
yeah,
they
it's
just so happen to be the very 2 who asked me to help Sister Grace in the first place.
Where are you guys going? You're the reason I'm even here.
We're ready to review and discuss everyone's lyric contributions now. Hey, why is it that you look like you're trying to run away?
Because we didn't sign up for this, Venti. I know we signed you up for this.
I still recall the teachings of Professor Venti. The Animo Archon cares not about how moving the people's songs of praise are, but rather whether or not the song comes from the heart. With so many true believers gathered together earnestly writing a song for him, I'm sure the Animo Archon is watching on and feels very satisfied.
Kaeya, what are you doing?
That's what a song of worship is all about. So, mission accomplished.
And that's the reason you've decided to leave?
Because his job here is done.
Slipping away before the final verse is sung, before the poet has uttered the last line, before everything has concluded. I don't know. Something about it just resonates with me.
Are you admitting to bowing out of church before the final song is sung? My guy, you're supposed to stay for that. And then you rush out in the first 2 seconds, but that's not important. Not speaking from experience or anything. You're just embarrassed to sit.
Oh no. You've seen right through me.
Wow, that was a craftily crafted speech. I almost fell for it.
So why are we even doing this?
But to share all this with a group of friends, only to find myself one friend short before the final verse is sung, before the poet has uttered the last line, before everything has concluded, I don't know. Something about it just irritates me. If you don't want to write a poem, then let me gift you one. Abandoned to whatever fortune the cruel waters bring, bereft of control, directionless I swing.
Okay.
The swift currents surge, and onward I urge, through the snow and frost that fall and winter bring.
First of all, that second part doesn't rhyme, and I don't know what this poem has to do with anything. But then I'm bad at metaphors.
Majestic waves cresting, surf roaring its tail, none but the ocean to hear as I sing.
That still doesn't rhyme.
The stars in my eyes as I chart toward the horizon, that into one day from the endless dome of night I shall spring.
None of this rhymes. Venti, what the heck?
If you are a chaser of freedom, the animal Archon will bless you. So why not let those feelings out and sing with everyone?
That wasn't a poem, and I'm so confused.
A boat that has come unmoored will not get lost in the night, but sail towards the dawn. A beautiful image.
Of course, you don't have to believe in it, but the winds of Monstadt will guide every lost ship back to safe harbor.
'Cause that's the point of the wind.
Well, after a fine poem like that, it would be plain rude of me not to rejoin you.
Let's head back together. You two, of all people, have to be there for the grand finale.
Okay, but we don't have to sing, right? I don't know what to say about this image. Context sort of makes it even funnier. Anyway. Aw, everyone's gone. We missed it.
I wonder what it's like.
I wish we could have seen that choir performance. Okay. Oh, we are 2 hours in. These are a lot longer than the older ones were. Like, that went on for a while. So in theory, we could go back here and do the other one. But I feel like it would still be long. Not to mention whatever this one was. Which I think is when we join the play? Because we're still supposed to, like, do a play and stuff. I think we'll continue those on Monday. Finish the last 3. And then on Tuesday, deal with the new... What? Because I think we'll get the new update by then? Yeah. That reminds me. Don't mind me, don't mind me. Okay, I do still have the old outfit. And then the new outfit without fishnets. We lost our fishnet privileges. Ah. Okay, I love how the dress part is the exact same. Like, they did not change that part. It was only the stockings. And also to contain the boobs. That was also very important. Also to apparently hide her shoulders. I don't know why the bare shoulders were a problem, but they were. Okay. If you say so. What was the other one? Oh, right. I need to get Ingwan into the party for reasons.
Understood.
Oh, she is in her old outfit. Okay. I need to get you in.
Let's go and enjoy the moonlight.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah! Great. Okay. Now, let's not run around Mondstadt. Especially in front of Venti's statue. Here we'll be fine. Am I explaining what I am doing? No, not really. Do I need to explain what I'm doing? Something, something, no panty shot. Wow, that sure is a butt. That's not what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Dudes, how did they get away with this? That's what I'm wondering. Is how did they approve this as being clothing and not questionable at like every angle. Okay, I'm done. Technically, it's about the same coverage. No, it's a little less. It is definitely a little less coverage of the short shorts. And I question if those short shorts, how they don't count as underwear. But that's not that important. Let's switch you back. That was the whole reason I put her back in the old outfit, was because she was in combat and it looked questionable, all fighting things, and I was just like, okay, we need to change this back. Anyway, that's all going to be used as footage in a video. It'll hopefully come out this weekend. We'll see. We'll see if I get around to posting the censorship. I could totally say censorship video. Anyway, that'll be coming up on the YouTube eventually. But also feel free to check out other VODs on the VODs channel if you're watching the VODs. And thank you for checking us out here on the Twitch. Be sure to follow us here. We will be live with Genshin again next Monday at 6.
In a trade war, the perfect hunter leaves no trace.
And yeah, we'll be finishing Undertale on Friday. So I'll see you guys for Undertale on Friday and Genshin on Monday. Bye.